Now, you've probably heard it before, ROI. What is it, and how does it relate to owning or looking to purchase a rental property? Well, that's what we're going to discuss today. Now, before we get started, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can get the very latest real estate news from Las Vegas and also get these educational segments as well. So then, what is ROI? Well, simply put, ROI is an acronym and it stands for Return on Investment. And really, it can relate to anything of financial means. ROI, in very simple terms, is what your return will be on an investment that you make. So, if I give you $20 because you promise me that I will get $1 every single month, well then, my monthly return is $1 on an investment of $20. Simple, right? Well, if it's that simple, then why do you hear it used so often around investments, such as purchasing a rental property? Because most investors are looking for a certain return, a specific return for their financial investment. And it's more than just saying, I'm making X amount of dollars every single month or every single year for a specific investment that they've made. They want to know if their $250,000 purchase price for a house will give them the return that they're looking for, a return that perhaps they've been told to look for by their financial advisor or maybe some realtor that they've been working with. And it's usually given as a percentage that they're looking for. So, how is ROI calculated on a rental property? Well, let's say that you're looking to purchase a rental property and you're looking to spend about $250,000. Now, let's say that after careful research and consultation, you determine that the average rental rate for that property is $1,500 per month. Now, ROI for a rental property is based on an annual income. So you will want to multiply the monthly income by 12. In this case, $1,500 multiplied by 12 is an annual rent income of $18,000. Now, to figure out the percentage this makes up of your purchase price, divide the return by the investment, or $18,000 divided by $250,000. Now multiply by 100 to get the actual percentage, 7.2%. And that's your gross rental return. Now, why do we say gross? Because this is simply projected income against the purchase price. It doesn't take into consideration any expenses that you're going to incur while owning the rental property, which are inevitable. There are going to be property taxes, perhaps HOA dues, and also repairs that will come up. Anything that will eat away at the income will be an expense. Now, while property taxes and HOA dues are fairly constant, they can vary from year to year a little bit. Repairs are really unpredictable when owning a rental property. You could have a good year with minimal expenditure, or you could hit a year where some of the more costly items on a house go out and need to be repaired or replaced, such as your HVAC system or maybe appliances that need to be replaced. Those costly repairs will ultimately affect your ROI. To calculate your true return on a rental property, you will most likely have to wait a full year, a full 12 months to get an accurate rate of return on the property. At that point, and let's go back to our hypothetical $250,000 purchase price for a house. Let's say you incur $5,000 worth of expenses in one form or another for the entire year, consisting of property taxes and repairs. You would then deduct those expenses from your income of $18,000, leaving you now with a net income of $13,000. That figure, in turn, when divided into a purchase price of $250,000, will show a 5.2% net return, the true annual rate of return on the property. So while many investors will try to calculate this figure and then aim for it when purchasing a rental property, as you can tell, it's not always the most reliable due to the amount of factors involved. When purchasing a rental property, it's usually good to make projections of expenditures beyond just the constant ones of your HOA dues or your property taxes, and then be prepared for those. For example, if you're aware that the HVAC system is nearing the end of its life expectancy on a rental property you're considering to purchase, well, calculate that in as an expense. Be realistic about it. And then know that once you take care of a big ticket item like that, you'll most likely be okay for a little while without having to incur that same expense again. And of course, that all goes on in the planning stages before you make the purchase, to make sure that you're comfortable with it, that you're comfortable in absorbing an item like that, an expense like that. It's very similar to buying a car. Depending on how old the car is and how well it's been maintained, will determine on how long you'll be able to drive it without too many issues, without spending too much money on it. And one final thing, when calculating the return on a rental property, try not to use the highest potential rent in your calculation, since the rental market can fluctuate to a certain degree. Be conservative on that end, and then if you do get a higher rent, well, that'll be a bonus for you. I do hope that you enjoyed this material, this video. If you liked it, please give us a like here on Facebook, and on YouTube, please subscribe to us. Thank you for watching.